So my PA setup pretty much consists of a passive mixer, 2 microphones, their cables, and 2 powered speakers, and the cables connect those. This can easily run you thousands of dollars, but that's not what I'm here to teach you how to do. I want to be able to assemble this all for as little as $409. How do you do it, you might ask? And that is what this episode of my channel is here to tell you. So let's start at the very beginning where you get your source from, and that is the microphone. The microphone I suggest is this Audio 2000s. It is the ADM 1064B-L. It's not really suited for recording purposes, but for live and just hooking up to a PA, it works just fine. The main benefit of these is they're just $12 on Amazon.com, and they come with a 16-foot XLR cable that can be used for anything. So now let's move on to the next thing you'll need to hook everything together, and that is music cables. What you're going to want to do is run with XLR, which is these 2 hookups here, and they're going to be the best most of the time. If you can, always go with XLR. Now for instruments, you're going to need to use 1/4 inch, which looks like this. That is a 1/4 inch here, and preferably you're going to want to go 1/4 inch to XLR on your board. If your mixer board doesn't have hookups for this, you're just going to have to pick and choose different types. They're all very, very easy to buy. You can find them on Walmart.com for $10 to $20 a cable. So the next step in the PA train, I guess you can call it, would be the mixer. This is the mixer I use. It is the Seismic Audio Slider 7. The only thing it's missing is it doesn't have mute buttons. So when you want to mute something, you just have to pull the slider down on it. It has 5 channels that hook up to XLR and 2 more that are mixed to 1. And they're just 1/4 inch, and you have to use 1 preamp for them. They all have preamps. This is a non-powered board. You can play MP3s through this USB, but you can't record out of the USB. It also has 48 volt power here, and 1 main bus fader to work all of them. And over here in the corners it has reverb. This thing cost me right at $80. After the mixer, you're going to need another set of cables to hook the mixer to your speakers. Now we've made it to the biggest and most expensive part, sometimes, depending on what you buy, of the entire setup, and that's what projects your sound. The end of the line is the speakers. Please note, the speakers that we are talking about now are only the powered type, with the amp and the speaker all in one cabinet. This is our first speaker that we had. It is a Harbinger Vari V-A-R-I V2115. And it's got 600 watts peak, and it runs at about 150 to 200 watts, just the running wattage. It is a 15-inch woofer on it, and I'm not sure about the diaphragm on the tweeter. It's probably a 1-inch or something in there. This is our new speaker, bought about a week and a half ago. It is a Tapco Thump. Bought it used, of course. Always buy speakers used if you can, but make sure to inspect them. It is a 15-inch woofer on it, and about the same on the tweeter on top. They're both very, very similar, except this one's quite a bit less powerful. It peaks at almost 400 watts, and it runs at right at 150. Expect to spend $100 to $150 used on powered speakers apiece. Now there's a few things that this guide doesn't cover, and that is stands that hold your speakers up in the air, microphone stands, and a little box that's called a direct box or a DI box. Now what these pretty much do is make in the simplest form, simplest thing I can explain is you go from your microphone into a DI box, and then from the DI box out to your mixer, and so on. So what the DI box does is it pretty much makes the signal friendly and grounds it right and does everything to make it proper to go a long distance to your mixer. If you're staying under 25 feet like we are, there shouldn't be much of a need for a DI box, but it can increase the quality of your tone. The bare bones basic of what you're going to want for a small PA. You're going to begin with the microphone. You're going to need some cables. You will need a passive mixer. And you'll also need a powered speaker. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. I hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope to see you next time.
It's a great time to subscribe.